It is the early 70s, and a comedian named Rudy Ray Moore had just adopted a persona which would come to be known as Dolemite. Flash forward to 1975, and Rudy Ray Moore decided to make a film about it, paying for the movie mostly out of his own pocket, and even getting some friends to help with him. Although the movie didn't get as good reviews, it was a huge success at the box office, spawning two spiritual successors, a biographical film in 2019 called Dolemite Is My Name, and a whole legacy of other stuff. So not only is Dolemite a comedian in this one, he's a pimp and a nightclub owner. So anyways, he's sentenced to 20 years in prison for having fur tails and $500,000 in narcotics, but is freed by one of his friends, Queen Bee. We then cut to flashback where it turns out he's been set up when it comes to the fur tails and narcotics, and he's framed by two detectives, Mitchell and White. And because of this, not being happy that Dolemite's freed, Mitchell and White prepare to arrest him at every opportunity, including at a nearby strip mall. But of course, Dolemite ain't gonna have none of that shit. After telling a few dirty jokes to some guys on the street, he then meets up with a drug addict named Creeper. They go back to his apartment where he tries to get some answers on what happened to his nephew, because I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but during the time that Dolemite was in prison, his nephew, Jimmy, was shot down. Creeper says that he was a drug dealer, but before he could say any more, Creeper is shot down and Dolemite is arrested. Again. While in jail, Dolemite meets undercover agent Blakely, played by scriptwriter Jerry Jones, who tells him that his bail has been paid. When he goes outside, Dolemite meets one of his mistresses, Yvonne Pinky, and does some frisky stuff with her, if you catch my drift. A little while later, Dolemite goes to his old nightclub, the Total Experience, which he owned at one point, nabs $50,000 from a back room, and indirectly pays Willie Green, played by Derville Martin, who I failed to mention earlier, who, fun fact, also directed this movie. Dolemite then meets up with Lady Reed and goes to a karate school where his girls work. Oh, you didn't know this? Dolemite's prostitutes ain't just some standard lady. No, they're fighting machines. And during one of his speeches to tell them that the club is back, he delivers what I think is one of the best line deliveries ever shot on film.
And I'm going to let them know that Dolemite is back on the scene. I'm going to let them know that Dolemite is my name and f***ing up motherfuckers is my game.
Meanwhile, Willie, fresh off of beating his men for refusing to pay, goes to his boss, Mayor Daley, and no, I'm not talking about either mayors that serve Chicago, played by High Pike, who reveals to him that he let him out so that way Dolemite can be killed easier. We got a twist here, people. After getting some answers on Green's drug deals from Reverend Gibbs, played by Wes Gale, who's been working for both of them, Dolemite holds his first show since his arrest, with Lady Reed serving as the MC. Willie Green flows by and tries to become Dolemite's partner, but of course, he refuses, sending him into a rage, first shooting Lady Reed and horrifying the other guests. Some of Dolemite's friends go and beat up his henchmen, while Willie and Dolemite go to Dolemite's dressing room, where the two fight for a little bit, which ends in Dolemite gutting Willie, but not before sustaining a near-fatal wound to his heart. The next day, Mayor Daley hears of what's going on and sends a hit on Dolemite. Yvonne, who's staying over, tries to kill him, even killing his wife in the process, but it doesn't end too well. Mayor Daley flees, with Blakely in pursuit, who eventually shoots him while he's trying to fly away on a plane. Blakely goes to visit Dolemite when all of a sudden, the remainder of Daley's men try to kill them. However, Dolemite and Blakely easily dispose of them, and the corrupt detectives, Mitchell and White from the beginning of the film, are eventually arrested. Once Dolemite exits the hospital, although knowing that his club has been shut down, he's officially a free man. Overall, I'd say the humor hits pretty well, the action scenes are off the wall, and the acting's pretty good, per usual. Overall, I'll rate this movie an 11 out of 10. Go check it out if you can. It's amazing.
I'm going to let them know that Dolemite is my name and f***ing up motherfuckers is my game.